Hi, it's Charles from Nova Migration. We got a question from a nurse from UK about her visa options in Australia. Let's discuss it over here. First of all, disclaimer. Information provided in this video does not constitute immigration advice and is based on the legislation current as of February 2019. It may change in the future. So Laura, here is her question. Hi there, I'm a 26-year-old registered nurse from the UK, currently on a working holiday visa for 1/7, second year. I'm reading that only applicants with 70 points and above are being currently invited to apply. I only score 65 points due to work experience of only 2 years. Is it still worth me doing an EOI, or is there no way I will be considered? I am really desperate to find a way to stay after this working holiday visa runs out, so would appreciate any help. All right, so what we've got here, 26-year-old registered nurse from the UK on the working holiday visa, 2 years work experience. We don't know whether the work experience is from Australia or overseas, but we may assume that in Australia, if there is some work experience in Australia, it's going to be less than 2 years because she's on the second working holiday visa. So we may assume 1 year of work experience in Australia and 1 year of work experience overseas. So let's have a look how Laura might have get her 65 points. 26 years. This is calculator on our website, so you can go over there and do it by yourself. 26 years, between 25 and 32, 30 points. Let's assume Laura did not sit an English test with a UK passport. I'm assuming she's having UK passport because she's from UK. With UK passport, Laura does not have to sit an English test. However, she will be considered that her English is on the competent level, which is equivalent or IELTS 6 in each band. All right. So, but that gives her 0 points. Skilled employment in the last 10 years outside Australia. As I said, probably 1 year, even if 2 years would be from outside of Australia, it's still 0 points. She might have 1 year of the skilled employment in Australia, which would give her 5 points. Qualifications. To be considered as a registered nurse in Australia, Laura have had to get at least a bachelor degree, so 15 points. Laura did not study in Australia. Just assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming that she did not study in Australia, 0 points. Specialist education qualifications, no, 0 points. Accredited in the community language, 0 points. There is no way that she can get over here unless she speaks fluently in some other language and would pass the NATI test. Partner skill qualifications. We don't know whether she's single or she has got the partner, but let's assume she's single. 417 visa, if she has got the partner, he or she would have to have their own visa, or being Australian citizen or permanent resident. Professional year in Australia, if she didn't study, there is no way she can do the professional year. So we've got 50 points. So how did she get 65? I don't know. So essentially, let's assume that she sat an English test and she got all sevens in IELTS. That's extra 10 points. We are getting 60 still. So I don't know. Let's assume she did it right and she got 65 points. So the question would it does not make sense to apply to lodge the EOI with 65 points. I remember that question over here. I only score 65 points due to work experience for only 2 years. So let's assume that she did the calculations right and she got 65 points, which in theory should be enough for 189 visa. Let's go to the department's website. This is the one, okay, where there are invitation rounds explained. The last one was in January. However, the information on the website is for 11 November, so they are 2 months behind. Well, in November, a person who have scored at least 70 was invited, and the person who have lodged their EOI 6th of November 2018. That was the last one, right? 11 November 2018, 6th of November 2018. So, right, so it was quite quick. However, 70, that was absolute minimum, which a person must have had to be considered for the 189 visa. So as we can see, it does not really make sense to lodge the EOI because there is no way the person with 65 points can be issued with the invitation. So maybe if 70s will be people with 70s will fill the quota, and if they will need some more people, maybe the people with 65 would in the future be considered for the invitation. But first one will be the ones who have lodged a year ago or a year and a half ago. It's about that. It's about time of the EOI. So yeah, with 65, no way to get the invitation within the next couple of weeks, months. And if your 417 is about to expire, you don't really have time to wait for a year or 2 years and cross the fingers that you will get the invitation. However, for the 190 or 489, you can get extra points, okay? And with 190, there is no quota. So if the state would nominate you, you might be considered for the visa, all right? So you would have to have a look whether there is any state which would nominate nurses, and there are a few. New South Wales, it's nominating nurses. South Australia. Each and every state has got their list on each and every state has got their own website, and you would have to have a look on the state websites, right? So South Australia, yes, they are nominating nurses as well. However, they need 5 years of work experience. So with 2 years of work experience, there's rather no chance that you can get invitation from South Australia. Queensland, you would have either to work in Queensland or to be offshore, or master graduate, PhD graduate. You are none of those, and you are at the moment in Australia. So not really offshore. And here's the question whether you are working in Queensland. If you are working in Queensland, yes, Queensland is nominating nurses. But if you are in any other state, it is very unlikely that you will get the invitation from Queensland. So yeah, consider 190 or 489 visa, which could be within the reach, because 65 points is usually enough for 190 or 489. The other options for you, employer. If you'd be able to find an employer who would be willing to sponsor you for the visa, 2 years is required for the temporary visa, so that would be the option. For the permanent one, sponsored by the employer, you would need at least 3 years of the skilled work experience. So yeah, so that could be the option in the future. What else? Partner. If you have got the partner, if your partner is an Australian citizen or permanent resident, partner visa could be the option. What else? So that's one more thing. For skilled visas, 189, 190, 489, employer sponsored or SMS, ENS direct entry, skills assessment is necessary. So essentially, you would have to get the skills assessment done through the relevant skills assessment authority. For nurses, there is an ANMAC. And to work as a nurse in Australia, you actually would have to be registered as a nurse. So that's another thing. Even for 482, you would need to get the registration. So remember about that. Skills assessment for the skilled visas, permanent ones, is necessary. So yeah, essentially, if anybody else wants to get a chance for the answer for their visa-related question, please consider filling this form. Okay. If you need a migration advice, if you need to discuss with the migration agent about your particular situation, you may book a consultation. There's a fee for a consultation, so please remember. Don't subscribe to our channel if you want to be informed once the new video will pop up. And well, thanks for watching. See you soon.